What's up, everybody? This is Graydon Buhlig, host of The Graydon Buhlig Show. Today, we're starting a new series, trying to figure out a name. I think we're going to go with Athletes After Athletics.
I like that. I thought that was pretty clever.
Okay, good.
Because you're just going to have a bunch of has-beens on here.
Yeah, absolutely. A bunch of has-beens like me. So Athletes After Athletics, I think that's what we're going to go with. And if you don't like it, let me know, and I may or may not listen to you. So today, the first episode we have is my brother, Brock. He has joined me today to talk a little bit about life after sports, and that's where we're going to start today. Brock, thanks for having.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for being here. And you would say,
thanks for having me, man.
There we go.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First question I got for you, Brock. Tell us a little bit about your fitness journey throughout high school and then obviously to now.
Man, it's been crazy. It's been a ride. Let's see. So back in high school, all the way from, since we were a little bitty, we played sports, played basketball, baseball, soccer, things like that. And then started football in third grade. From third grade to 12th grade, played football, basketball, all the way up till junior year. I just had a knee injury, just tore my meniscus, kind of sucked.
Been there before?
Yes, you have. And it's been, after that, I just kind of faded off on sports. I'd lift occasionally and play intramural sports. Been playing that recently. It's been a lot of fun. But go Dogs. Has been dog. So are you. But yeah, just after high school though, didn't do much. I'd go mess around at the basketball courts every now and then, but and then once COVID hit, I actually took my health pretty seriously and decided to. I was very, very overweight at the time, so I decided to take my health seriously and lost a lot of weight and lifted consistently and started branching out to other means of fitness and health. So it's been really fun. So just trying to figure it out. Still learning a lot of stuff. So.
Dude, you lost a ton of weight. Like, it wasn't just a little bit, and or a lot. Like, it was a ton of weight.
Yeah.
And like you said, COVID hit, and it was what? That January, February, you and I really decided like we were going to take it seriously and go live together, go work out, go play basketball, go do anything to just keep us active. And I don't know, do you remember that?
Yeah, whenever, it's really funny because today I was, whenever I woke up and I knew we were going to do this today, I was like, I need to like kind of look at, because I know you're going to ask stuff about stuff like this, stuff about my weight loss and stuff like that. I was like, I kind of need to figure out like timeline and stuff. And I remember taking like on Google Photos, it'll save and date your pictures and stuff. I took a picture like shirtless, just and I think I'd been working out like a month before. Possibly.
Yeah, but not like crazy.
But not crazy, nothing like really into it and learning about it. But my first picture like shirtless was like February, I want to say 3rd. I want to say that's right.
Okay.
I mean, this was, a few hours
2020,
ago.
right?
Of 2020. And that was like the first picture of like me being serious about it.
No.
So yeah, it was definitely January, February when we really started like looking into it and trying to figure it out and learn more about it.
Then March 11th, 2020 happened.
Yeah, and then COVID happened, which was crazy.
Do you remember that day, that Wednesday?
Yeah, man. I just went in for my interview at a job that I was going to do because I was coming back home after school after that, finishing that semester because I didn't like it up there. That was just personal reasons. But, yeah, man, I remember going to the interview. It was like at 10 o'clock. And then right after that, like breaking news broke out. We were just like, well, I guess we're going to be home for a while. It was crazy, dude.
Yeah. We like deep cleaned. We were terrified. We deep cleaned.
Yeah.
We had never deep cleaned anything in our lives. And
Mom was pretty impressed with us, too.
Yeah. Yeah. That was crazy. That was a whirlwind.
Yeah, it was. And,
well, and then after that, we took like 2 weeks off because we couldn't go to the gym. We thought about going on walks and runs and stuff like that. And we didn't really take it seriously.
Well.
And then, go ahead.
Sorry, I did. I went over to a friend's house. He had a little in-home station, and I kind of, for a little bit at the start, I was like, man, I really want to do CrossFit because that'd just be so cool. Yeah, I know. I don't know what I was thinking. I was 350 pounds, 60 pounds. I don't know what I was thinking doing CrossFit. That looked really funny, but
CrossFit.
No judgment.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
If you do CrossFit, that's cool.
Trey does CrossFit. Name drop.
Trey.
G.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I didn't want to like say his name fully, but yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Our boy.
Yeah, that's cool. I did not know that.
Every once in a while, I think he started to do it after he stopped playing football. But yeah, anyway, random factoid about a guy you have no idea.
Yeah, that's impressive.
It's okay though. Yeah.
Might have him on here.
Dude, that'd be cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
I'll have to hit him up.
You can definitely do like a travel podcast.
Oh, that would be sick.
Cool.
A traveling podcast? That'd be so cool. Just get a van.
I wouldn't do that.
Get a van. Oh, man.
No.
So, we talked about a little bit about, your journey up until this point. And sports definitely has a lot of lessons that it teaches you. And not just about the athletic or the athletic that you're in or the sport that you're in, but definitely about life. Absolutely. And that's something our dad has told us all the time, is that there's just certain things in life that have a lot to do with what you do in athletics. And so talking a little bit about that, because I'll examine discipline, self-discipline. That's a huge one. Mm-hmm. That's probably one of the most important ones you could have.
It's a hard one.
Because I remember we talked about it, and it was right after the gym started opening back up, and you're like, dude, I'm going to lose a ton of weight. I was like, yeah, okay. Like, more power to you there, big guy. And then next thing I know, it's like 2 months, and you've lost, 15 pounds or something like that? Mm-hmm. 15, 20 pounds. And I'm like, he wasn't lying. So, talking about the lessons that you learned, what is something that sports taught you about life? As I know, that, like you said, you tore your meniscus playing football your senior year. You played basketball all the way up to your junior year. Talk maybe a lesson or two about life that you learned while playing sports.
Definitely a lot of them. You can make a lesson out of anything. That's what I've noticed getting older. A real good one, I think, would be adversity.
Yeah.
My senior year, we really were horrible. We were a horrible team. We were bad, and we had just received new coaching staff. We seemed promising spring ball. We actually didn't look that bad. We had good kids, and we didn't look that bad. I really looking back on, I don't know what happened. I really don't.
Yeah.
But definitely. And then as further along as I keep going with this, as further along in the season, the usual kids would get hurt and like things like that, and we were kind of tough at first. The first couple games were real tough on us, and then I don't know what happened, but just I'd never seen so many quitters in my life on a sport. I mean, we started off the season with probably close to 60 kids on the team, maybe a little less than that. And at the end of the season, I remember we finished the season with like 24 kids. Yeah, so
it's enough for a sub.
And I know, yeah, and like half my friends that I played football with since third grade. I want to say I played football with these guys from third grade to senior year. There's about 6 of us, and I finished the season with 3 of them. I genuinely think that's, or 2 of them. I finished the season with 2 of them.
And
2 of them were injured, and then 2 of them quit. Yeah, and they.
So there were 7 of you, and then there were 3 of you left by the end of the year. Is that what you're saying? Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't blame them for quitting or whatever. They have their own reasons. It's their own personal viewpoint on it. But I don't know. I just remember always talking to my dad, and I would always tell him, like, I don't know how I feel about this, and this is really, I was injured and I kept playing on my knee, and I was like, I don't know why this is worth it. Like, this is exhausting and horrible and not fun anymore. And I just remember him just saying, or my dad, just keep going. Like, we're going to go through tough times, but you will look back and remember the good times too. And so I had to, even though we finished the season, we didn't end well at all. We were 1-9.
Hey, but the team you beat didn't win a ball game.
That's true. We weren't last.
Could always be worse, right?
But I played through, finished the season, didn't give up. I didn't try to go anywhere else after that, but because I knew I was just done. But that definitely taught me adversity to remember to keep fighting, even when things are tough and hard and not enjoyable, and just be able to power through and look in the brightness and things. I struggle with that all the time, being called a pessimist. So it's hard to do that, but being able to fight through it is definitely worth it, in my opinion.
No.
So for me, it's adversity.
Adversity, the biggest one, you think?
Oh yeah.
Teaching it how to get through it. Yeah, I mean.
What about you?
You went through a lot.
Yeah.
And I know you and I have had many conversations and stuff we won't get into on the show, but honestly, dude, when you would talk to me about games and after games and stuff, I didn't know how you were doing it. I was thoroughly impressed. I don't know if I've ever told you that, but I was thoroughly impressed and proud of you because there were several things. There were even things that happened that dealt with football, but that were off the field. And I believe that was your junior year when y'all made it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that little thing happened at a certain restaurant anyway, we're not going to get into that. But, I mean, the way you handled...
I was like, what are you talking about? There was a lot that happened.
Well, I know. Well, yeah, there was a lot that happened. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
We could sit here. That could be a whole show.
Yeah, it could be a different episode. That stuff was crazy.
I was impressed and I was proud of you. And I'm still proud of you because you went through a lot that year. And those 2 years that you played football, your junior and senior year, you played football 4 years. But, you started halfway through the season your junior year, which I never did. You were a leader on that team, whether you think so or not. A lot of people looked up to you. I mean, I'd had people hit me up, guys that I graduated with, ask about you, tell me he's doing such a good job and all that kind of stuff. And so I was very proud of you for that, and I am proud of you for that because you taught me some things. As you know, I went through a lot as well. But that was, dude, I don't know how you did it because that was a lot.
It was a lot. It's a lot more. I don't wish anything like that on anybody when it comes to sports, because that's the time to it's time to have fun. I mean, there's going to be hard times and you're going to have losing seasons and your team's going to suck, and you're going to have drama with your teammates and coaches, and maybe you're the drama, who knows. But however, like, that's a time to get your mind off of the real world and just go have fun. Just enjoy it. And we couldn't really do that.
Yeah.
It was more like a job. Like something you just really didn't want to do. But
you had to.
But I'm glad. I mean, despite all of those things you mentioned and I talked about briefly, I don't regret playing it. I'll do it again. It was a lot of fun. I loved it. Do it again, yeah.
You asked me what I think my biggest lesson is. There's probably two. Learning how to deal with things that happen to you. So adversity, like you just said, and then discipline. Because you think you have self-discipline when you're on a team. You think you have all this willpower. When at the end of the day, half the time, you're making sure you're on time to things so you don't get yelled at and have to run. The other half of the time, yes, you are making sure you're there for your teammates. And then whatever's left is quote-unquote discipline.
Sure.
But after I stopped playing, getting up and trying to go do something was the hardest thing in the world. Knowing I didn't have a coach waiting on me or teammates waiting on me. Knowing I didn't have to stay up in school because if I didn't, I would get in trouble and have to run and let down my teammate. And it just snowballs from there. And if you've played any type of sport, you understand what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And sports, greatest teacher about life, in my opinion. The things that I've gone through. Outside of God, obviously.
Sure.
But anything earthly, sports, I believe, are the greatest teacher about life. And you don't realize it when you're in high school. You don't realize when you're in it until after the fact, I think.
Yeah, no. Time of reflection is definitely a good resource to use. That is in sports. That's outside of sports. Anything that happens. Because you're not thinking about it whenever you're doing it.
Right.
Because You just don't. Your mind's not on that. Your mind's on 100 other things. But when you do reflect with your buddies and you're going out and eating dinner and talking about the good old days and stuff, but you can actually there's times where you can actually reflect and man, actually that taught me how to, because you can look at the world and see some things that's not how I was taught, how I was brought up, what I learned, and maybe having that discipline, maybe having that adversity might change some people's perspective and outlook on certain topics, work ethic and things like that. I think that's another thing. I guess that's another lesson of learning is work ethic. Being able to work to your best abilities, no matter if you love it or don't love it. I didn't love football, but I really tried my hardest. Or I didn't love football my senior year.
Yeah, at the moment.
But at that moment, but I tried my hardest.
Right.
Because that's what I was taught to do.
Yeah.
And was repeatedly reminded from the coaches and my dad and mom and you and definitely I think I agree with that though. Absolutely. It's disciplines it's easy until it's just you by yourself.
Yeah, it's easy when you have you're getting a call from a coach or teammates are blowing up your phone, where are you at?
Oh yeah, man.
It's easy then. But as soon as dang, nobody's hit my phone, my alarm may have gone off, I don't really know. I kind of hit snooze 100 times. When it's by yourself, and even when it's not, when we live together, bro, it'd be 10 a.m. We're still both passed out. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. But being by yourself and having that self-discipline, that's a big thing. And now you get up early, go work out. I get up early, go work out. If I wouldn't have gone through if we wouldn't have gone through what we've gone through, there's no way we'd get up at whatever time. What time do you get up?
I have to work out in the evenings now, but
that sucks.
I know it does stink. But last semester, I had a job at a gym, so I'd get up at 4:45 and work out at the same time, which was lovely.
Yeah, I thought that was nice.
But now I work. I'm student teaching, so
no free brand. No free advertising.
No plugs here.
Minus the one I'm wearing.
Yeah, 5 different things. It's okay.
Comedy.
No, what I was saying was, I wake up at 6 and I go to work basically, but and then afterwards I work out, and I don't know. I think that's harder than, because there's days I don't want to work out, but I still enjoy it. I still love working out. And oh man.
Oh yeah, those
after work.
Those 6 o'clock workouts, you're just done.
I'm just shot. I'm tired, and it's hard, but it's staying disciplined, being disciplined. I agree.
So the next question kind of goes right along with that. What is something that you've learned since then or during that time that you didn't recognize then that is helping, that would have helped you then, but it's definitely helping you now?
What?
So adversity, it taught you how to go through things. It taught you how to continue to push and grind and all those words they use. Right. What's something you know now that you wish you would have known then?
It's a good question.
Thank you.
When I started though.
That's what I strive for. Good questions.
That was a good question.
Thank you.
So that's what he strives for. So when you're saying what you would have known, what you know now is what you would have known then.
Exactly.
When is then? What are you referencing to? When I started working out? When
you started working out? When you played football? Whatever moment you want to use.
Which you're never gonna know when you start.
Yeah.
It's all a learning process.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
And I guess just the minute details of nutrition.
Yeah. Nutrition. That was loud, sorry.
Yeah.
The echo.
Dude, you're crazy right now. I definitely say nutrition, because I definitely worked out from March to, I want to say, maybe July. I was like, man, if I just work out real hard and...
You're talking about this year?
No, in 2020, when I when you
first started. Gotcha.
I was definitely nutrition. I did not care about what I ate.
Right.
My mindset was, if I push myself super duper hard every single day for an hour, I don't have to worry about food. And I didn't understand tracking calories, macros, understanding what you're putting in your body, a deficit, none of that stuff. I didn't understand any of that. And yes, I did lose weight, but it was definitely just, I had probably like 35% body fat, so it probably wasn't very hard to lose weight.
That's true.
But
it's just melting.
Yeah, seriously.
That's funny.
But if I had known that then, if I had done true research and I obviously understood calories and like the more you add those up, the more but I didn't understand the science behind it, the nutrition behind it. So definitely understanding that would help a lot. And for people that want to start, definitely I've read that 90% of fitness is nutrition. It's about what you put in your body. Really, and I'm not saying it doesn't matter how you work out, what you do, what you like. We lift. I just like lifting. I like looking strong, having big muscles. But which you probably assume you do too. Big muscles are cool, right?
Dude, being huge is so fun.
Oh, absolutely.
As Donald Trump would say, huge.
But to get that, you have to eat right. You have to sleep right. You have to, which is so hard. But
dude, sleep might be second to nutrition.
That's what I'm trying to get down this semester. That's like the last thing to master nutrition, which I'm far from mastering it. But for me, I just can't. I don't sleep, and but definitely, if you're starting off, like I was saying, look into nutrition. Look into what is good to eat, what is not good to eat, why things are good to eat, and just learning a very small. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to go buy a book. It's all online. That's where I learned all my stuff. And YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube was awesome. So that's my thing. Is knowing nutrition, knowing dieting, knowing how to do it. That would have been awesome to know. I probably would have lost 100 pounds in
6 months.
Yeah, 10. Well, probably like 10 months. I mean, that would have been a lot of weight. I mean, I was 360.
Yeah.
And instead of, I did it in like a year and 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
I probably could have done it in 10 months. With consistently and not having to kill myself.
Right.
Starve myself 800 calorie deficit. But like I said, if I'd known
that. Like you probably were at the beginning and didn't even realize it.
Right. Like if I had known that stuff, I could have, and there's no telling where I'd be at right now. But that's okay. I don't regret it.
Olympia?
Right? No. I don't regret it. It's just, that would have been interesting to see where I'm at right now.
I think what you said earlier was perfect. It's all a learning process. Everything you do in life, whether that's fitness, whether that's learning how to be a decent person, whether that's learning how to act at a job, whatever it is in life, it's all a learning process. Mm-hmm. Everything you do from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed in a day, you've learned, I would hope so, you've learned something.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
You can learn something every day. Learn something new.
And so that's where I think a lot of people in the fitness world, I say fitness world, just working out in general. I mean, if you're not learning about your journey, and I'm not even talking about anybody else's journey. So if you watch fitness influencers or whatever, and I say influencers almost like a bad thing. It's really not. There's a lot of people that
they're
are really
beneficial.
Good. Yeah. I just think
depends on who, but
they
can be beneficial.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you have to
using the platform correctly.
Yeah, you have to know, and you have to be careful, because there's a lot of people that I would read or that I would watch or that I would listen to, and what they would say sounded great. Mm-hmm. But once you start either putting that into practice or reading about other people that have put it into practice, it can put you down a really scary journey. And I was talking to people about it today when I went to 5-Star to shout out to 5-Star. Sort of a paid plug, but not really, kind of. I don't even know how to describe it.
That's your thing.
But I mean, talking to them today, talking about how, if you're genuinely and generally healthy, yes, these things will help. Mm-hmm. But if you're not using them correctly, they're just going to hurt you in the long run. Mm-hmm. And you have to, like you said, you had to learn how to eat. You had to learn how to cook food. You had to learn how to differentiate between good foods and bad foods, no matter what other people said. So I think the learning process has been huge, not only for you, but for anybody on a fitness journey.
Yeah.
And I'll use the guy's shirt I'm wearing, Tim the Tapman. He always talks about a journey. He said, the journey will never end until you die. The journey's always going to be there. And if you're not trying to get better on the journey, yes, there's going to be bad days. Yes, there's going to be bad times. But, I mean, that's what a journey is. It's not always going to be easy. And I think if people just looked at your journey and then asked you about it, I think they learn a lot. Because I've learned a lot just watching you. I mean, it took me probably 2 or 3 months after you started to drop all that. Well, no, it probably took me 7, 8 months till I got back to school.
It took you a while.
Yeah, it took me a long time to finally basically
get a routine and
get consistency. Yeah. So, all right. Next question: where you are now, where do you want to be in the future? Let's just talk about fitness wise. We'll stick to that because you used to play sport. I mean, we used to be able to go out and play football for 3 hours and not even think about it.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Now we can't barely walk without everything hurting sometimes.
Yeah.
So where are you at now? Where do you want to be? I don't know if you set any goals. I guess that's my next question. What are your goals for the future?
Current goal right now, drop down to 235 again. See where I'm at.
That's a dream
I'm
for me, son.
like 248 right now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so it won't be. I can do that by the end of the year for sure. I better be.
If you don't lose 13 pounds and.
Oh, I know. I'm trying to take it real slow. Trying to still because we got to go. My girlfriend and I have to go out to eat, and we have to, do all the nice things. So it's hard to track stuff like that. You do too. Don't lie. Yeah. But
I have a wife now.
That's true. But definitely that's like my current goal right now. Maybe get down to 15-14% body fat. We'll see if that hits that within that weight range.
That's funny.
Yeah. Why?
Because that's what I talked about today.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where are you at right now?
I haven't done a scan in a while.
What was your last? 17? 16?
17.
17?
Yeah.
Right behind you, big boy.
Yeah. It was pretty decent.
That's pretty good.
It's really good.
For people our size?
It's pretty healthy.
Yeah.
It's pretty healthy.
Yeah. That's good, though.
But, let's see.
Is there any PRs you want to set? Like bench, squat?
Whenever I bulk, I will. Right now, I'm trying to just stay where I'm at. Trying to stay, have the same strength as I'm cutting, and then once I bulk next year, hopefully I can get some PRs up. Nice. I want to bench 350.
Oh, dude, let's do it. I'm down.
Okay. I'll do it.
Okay. Sure, man. No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. What about you? What goals you got?
It's so funny. Like I'm usually when I interview people, it's not with. I don't want to say they're not with obviously you and I don't think you and I. Yeah, closest. You're not my brother. Like you, I don't. I rarely.
I'm not your brother.
That's not what I meant. He's my brother. People don't ask me questions back. Usually, I think about when I was recording at SWASU when I first really started all this stuff, which is crazy to think that was 4 or 5 years ago. I talked to my teammates, and they'd be horrified to answer questions. They wouldn't know how to. There's only 2 or 3 of them that were really good interviewers.
Really?
Or interviewees. They didn't know how to answer questions. It's fun. It's really funny.
That's so
because
weird.
Yeah, because I'd be sitting there and I feel like a banger question, just like I asked you earlier.
You just set them up.
Just sitting they're striking out, and I'm like, dude, you're killing me right now, man. And it's nothing against them, and I'm not gonna say any names, but. You have good interviewees and you have bad interviewees, and people that it's really hard for an interviewer to come up with questions for people that don't know how to answer or don't really, not that they don't want to, they're just, this is not their element.
Sure.
Put a microphone in front of me, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I can talk we could be here for 4 hours and not even realize it.
Sure.
We've done that.
We have done that before.
Yes, we have. And next thing you know, it's 7 o'clock. We're like, oh, brother. Yeah. But anyway. So every time you ask me, I'm like, okay, what did he ask me? What were we talking about? Because I'm already ready to move on to the next one. What'd you ask me?
Your listeners got to know too.
I know.
What goals do you have right now?
Thank you. Sorry. It's very echoey.
Professional.
Sorry. Excuse me. So today I went and weighed in for the 5-star challenge, and basically they're like, Creighton, what's your goal? They were like, do you want to bulk or do you want to cut? And I said, to be honest with you, man, whatever happens, happens. If I put on some muscle and look bigger, cool. If I cut some weight and I look more toned, more power to me. I mean, I have been kind of going crazy. Like, I'm pushing no less than an hour to an hour and a half some days.
Yeah.
Whether that's just straight lifting, whether that's with cardio, like today. Today, for instance, I ran with the basketball team at practice, and I mean, like, played with them. I was in sweats and a long sleeve, and I was dying.
Drenched.
Yeah, they were laughing at me, but that's okay. I don't do that all the time like they do. But so, I walked for 25 minutes before practice this morning, and got a sweat in, got some cardio in, and stretched. And then today, after you and I get done, we're gonna go hit the gym. So there's, I guess, a goal for me is to try and do something every single day, whether that's 15-20 minutes of stretching and I don't even go lift at the gym.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Whether that's 30 minutes of cardio, a walk with Ashton. Yeah, name drop. Wife. Love you, honey. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have goals. Like, yes, I want to hit 405 again on squat because that's what I squatted before I blew my knee. I want to get 315 on bench at some point. I got long arms, so that's not easy. I mean, I want to look, dude, I want to be the most jacked dad ever. Like, I want to be huge. And,
cool.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm having a kid. I didn't even say that.
I'm uncle. Almost.
Yeah, Unc. Yeah, I mean, just to be healthier is really the main goal, because towards the end of last year and the beginning of last year, I'll make this quick so we can get out of here. The beginning of last year, I started pretty hot. I mean,
yeah,
you were
pretty good.
Yeah, you were talking to me about it. We were talking almost every day about what we were doing at the gym and all that kind of stuff and working out. And then about halfway through the year, I had a job, which you guys know is at the funeral home, and kind of let it get to me. Probably about halfway through the year, about 5 months into the job,
no one blames you, man.
Yeah, I know. And this has nothing to do with the people I worked with, my boss, the guys there. I mean, they were all great people, and they really made the job as enjoyable as you can at a funeral home. And we don't have to get into all that, but the point is, I think, at least I believe it, and I've been told by close family members, you, mom and dad, Ashton, I mean, people around me that knew me well, they were like, you're not yourself. And
Wouldn't for you.
It was, yeah, and it was my job, and so probably about halfway through the year, I kind of laxed off, and I was still working out probably 4 or 5 times a week, which is good for people in our position where we have a full-time job, we have family, all that kind of stuff. And then I tweaked my back in October, and everybody at work made fun of me because they thought I did it playing golf, and I said no, I did it in the gym, and I made it worse by playing golf. And I took probably close to 2 months off. I probably didn't start working out again consistently until December. And then I just got in my head, I don't need to work out. And I didn't really put on weight, but I lost muscle mass and put on fat. That's what the problem was. And so one goal, not to let that happen again this year, and then just to be healthier. I mean, I've got a kid on the way. I want to make sure I'm here for a long time. And
that is important.
I want to make sure I'm here for a long time for my wife and you and mom and dad and all my friends and family. And everybody says it's different when you have a kid, and I don't even have one yet. It's not even here yet, and it's different. I'm more careful when I do things. I make sure I'm taking care of myself. So I guess that's really a goal. Sorry, that took
that's okay.
5 minutes.
That's a good
6
answer.
minutes.
That's what everybody should strive to do.
Go ahead. Take over, man. That's good. You're doing good. I'm proud of you. I like this.
Yeah, I'm good. I got this in the bag.
This is now the Brock Buhlig show.
Yeah. No, that's good, though. I think I'm a huge believer in, it sounds so cheesy, but like, if everybody could just do, go play like the 60-minute thing for kids or whatever.
Yeah, the NFL Play 60.
Yeah, to have
not
kids be fit.
Yeah, not an ad.
Not an ad, not a sponsor, whatever.
So.
that needs to be true for all ages.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go play.
No.
Go on a walk for not even an hour, 30 minutes. You don't have to, go do yoga. I love yoga. Yoga's great, by the way.
Yeah.
Definitely want to start doing that. But anyways, where I'm going with this, like, I think huge believer, and it sounds corny, but like everybody worked out in the world, no matter who they are, where they're coming from, what they've done. If everybody worked out, man, might be a different place.
I agree with that.
Because part of the fitness, part of fitness is it's like spirituality, like obviously physical, mental, and like social-emotional. And fitness plays effect in that.
Yeah.
They all connect with one another, and they play off one another.
Absolutely.
So I think like with being healthy, with being physically aware, I guess, just going and doing something, that might affect that. I mean, it affected me. I was depressed before lost weight, and I mean, there's always hard times. I have hard times,
mm-hmm.
but it definitely helps. It's a stress
mm-hmm.
reliever for everybody, I think. I mean, that's a very common thing in fitness. So
right.
I think if like people had a mindset like that, had a goal in mind like that, like let me, like you said, let me stretch for 15, 20 minutes. Let me go on a walk. Let me go work out. Like, or if I can do that, then that's I think everybody needs to do that.
Yeah.
It's just such a good goal, dude.
Yeah.
That's kudos to you, man. It's hard to do that. On my rest days, dude, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to go stretch. I don't want to go work out or walk around.
Well, and what you just said leads into the final question. I mean, what's one thing you would tell people to encourage them on their life? I say life journey, but life/fitness journey. I mean, you just said it. Just go do something.
Nah, man.
And you don't have to go outside. You don't have to pay for a gym membership. I mean, it's a joke, sort of, but there's a video of a offensive lineman in the NFL, or offensive lineman coach in the NFL, who's making fun of his players, joking with them for stretching and warming up, and he's like, they won 2 world wars by doing push-ups, sit-ups, and jumping jacks and running. Yeah. They didn't stretch. And, he's kind of giving them a hard time because they're wasting...
Not a Browns coach?
Yeah, they're wasting 40 minutes of practice time stretching or whatever. I mean, like they have anything else to do. They all play football, eat, breathe, smell, drink football. I mean, that's all they do. And push-ups, jumping jacks, and sit-ups. I mean, that works your chest, your shoulders, your triceps, your biceps, your core, your legs. I mean, you break a sweat. If you don't break a sweat, you need to call your doctor. I mean, for 15 minutes doing those 3 exercises, and yeah, they suck. It's hard to push 280 pounds off the floor. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. It's
hard to jump with this kind of... I mean, the point I'm making is it's doing something. You're straining your body.
It doesn't have to be that.
Yeah, and I would encourage... I mean, walk.
Do something you enjoy.
Exactly.
If you
like playing volleyball, go play volleyball. If you like golf, go golf.
Yeah, if you like sports, go do sports. Dancing.
Oh, dancing's crazy. Zumba.
Yeah, I mean, you can do Zumba. I mean, you can go line dancing.
Yeah.
I remember Dad talking about when he was in Germany, he would go, it was on Sundays, he'd go eat off base. And there's this little, like, club, like a country club, kind of, or like not a country club, not like a golf course, but like a dance club.
Yeah. And
they'd play old folk German music, and all the old people would show up and dance for an hour.
That's cool.
And he would talk to them, and they would say that's their workout. That's what they do to stay active. And he said there's people in their 90s doing it, and I'm just like, yeah, like that stuff like that. It doesn't even have to. You don't have to. Yeah, what you were saying. You don't have to go to the gym, pay a membership. You don't have to spend money. You don't have to buy this crazy new workout program. You can just go. Have fun. Go play with your kid out in the playground.
If you want to buy those crazy workout programs, do it.
Yeah. But, sure, yeah. If you you don't have to. I mean, absolutely, they help if you take it seriously. But like I was saying earlier, it's not only. Hopefully, those programs consist with like nutritional based information for you set up for you specifically. That's what I would advise you to do. But nah, man, whatever you want to do, as long as it's like helping you, quite frankly, what helps you helps others.
Mm-hmm.
Having a healthy mind can help others.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that would be my advice.
Just go do something.
Go do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've done a lot of sitting for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Which not everybody's fault. It's not your fault. That's what we were told to do. Stay home.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, and it's not like in my opinion, I think fitness exploded because of the pandemic, which is good.
Yeah, and I think before
a little off base. Sorry, off track.
No, you're fine. I think before COVID, the world was a completely different place. It'd been 100 years since something like that happened. The last one, at least here in the U.S., was the influenza breakout in the 1920s. And granted, the world was a much different place then. But I use this as an example. When you and I would go out to get something to eat before 2020, before March 11th of 2020, what would we do? We'd go.
Carl's Jr., man.
Yeah, we'd go into the restaurant.
Oh, okay, yeah. Man, getting a fat burger.
It's not where I was going, and Carl's Jr. is not an ad, so free plug. There you go. That's not what I was talking about. I didn't mean what we would. Anyway,
smack your mama.
We would go into the restaurant and sit down and eat together.
Yes.
What did we do after COVID? We'd go order something through the drive-thru.
No.
Pick it up off our phones. Hey, I'm going here. Let's all meet up back in my spot. Yeah. And then we'd come over and we'd have 3 or 4 of us in the apartment eating. Yeah. And it'd be from 4 different restaurants. It took away a lot of our
socializing.
Social life. It made us stay inside, and that had a lot to do. And then people, dude, you'd see everybody on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everybody was running.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing at-home workouts. There were challenges to make you do something like 10 push-ups a day, 100, whatever. There were challenges all over the place. That was never a thing. You do the ice bucket challenge, or you do the push-up challenge. But after COVID, everybody's challenge is now to do 10 push-ups and challenge somebody else to do it with you. I agree that I think it blew up and made fitness cool again, I guess you could say. And
it's always been around.
Yeah, it's not that it's not been a thing, but
But it has been a very select group.
Yeah, very niche group. Yeah, I would agree with that. So, well, Brock, we'll kind of end it there.
Oh.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you being on. And this is, like I said, going to be a new segment. I take that back. It's not going to be a segment. It's going to be the focus of the show. I decided, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really have a blast covering football, basketball, baseball. It was just, number one, it was a lot.
Hating on your own show, man.
I know, right? And I know I talked to a lot of people that watch the videos and listen to the podcast and stuff like that. And there's a lot of feedback that told me it doesn't seem like you're enjoying it. And I got irritated with it, and if you told me that, I'm not irritated with you. The point I'm making is I got irritated because they were right. And I was irritated that it was coming out in my videos.
And you don't want them to... Okay, I was going to ask, was it videos or was it like the papers that you dropped? Like the little
articles? Dude, I can bang out articles all day. Those are easy. Why? This is a family-friendly show. And
hey, bro, I'm just looking at you, man. Anyways. I didn't know if they were talking about like videos or if they could see that as articles.
No.
Your articles are good. Your articles
like I
are
said,
great.
I can write 100 articles a day.
Those are great now.
Any problem. Thank you. And this is all kind of newer for me, I guess. I've done them before, but like I said, it was for athletes. It was for coaches that I knew.
Yeah.
At SWASU. Go Dogs.
Dude, whenever you told... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're fine.
Whenever you told me about this, I was like, dude, 200 has-been athletes.
Yeah.
You can call it that. The has-been athletes. The has-been. That'd be kind of cool.
That's what you're called. You're my first has-been.
Dude, that's
fine. What my interviewees are
there
going
you
to
go.
call now. The has-beens.
That'd actually be really cool. I think
Has-been episode number 1.
has been one.
Bingo.
Has been.
Coming up with titles left and right. But the point I was making on all that is number 1, this gives me a more narrow focus, which is something that I need, because if I'm all over the place, then I'm only going to talk about certain things that I like and that kind of stuff. So
Kind of gets tiring.
yeah, and it does get exhausting. I'm trying to do research on 4 different sports and the biggest things that happen 4 days after it already happened. And so this definitely takes a lot of the number 1 anxiety and stress from me trying to figure all this out and how to get it into a decent video where I can just throw my logo in front of it, clip the beginning and the end, make it fade to black, and throw some music on there and let it rock. So I think this is going to be a much more fun content journey for me. We'll call this a journey as well, and hopefully you all see that in these videos and with the interviews and the people I have on. And they're not just going to be, they're going to be people I know or people I respect and have an interest in. And so if there's anybody you want me to try and interview, I've got some people that I could probably try and talk to. I don't know.
You're also like a huge social bird.
Yeah, I do love this. This is so fun.
Yeah, you
for
love
me.
talking to people.
Yeah.
Most of your videos would just be you.
Yeah,
Just
and
someone
that
talking. And yeah, you just you don't want. You're
it's so hard. For me.
you're being informative and like talking to your fans, but like you want to be able to talk to somebody. That's just you, man.
And like you said, that's hard for me. So
yeah, that's
so
okay.
that being said, this is episode number 1 of Athletes After Athletics. The more I say it, the more I'm kind of digging it. So hopefully we'll have another one soon. I'll probably try and do 2 a month, and I'll probably hit you up with a video on Instagram or Twitter or something like that about my schedule, because I haven't even figured it out yet. This was I'm out of school. Brock, are you out of work? Yeah, let's do it. All right, so we're going to run up here now. We're going to go to the gym. But that being said, be sure to follow all my socials. Hit up my fitness Instagram. Brock, I'll throw your stuff in here too, as I'm going to start posting a lot there. The show Instagram will probably just be clips of interviews. So with all that being said, thank you for being here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment down below if you want to see something else. Brock, again, thank you, bro. I appreciate you being on.
It was fun.
Yeah, and make sure you tell somebody you love them, and have a good day. I'll see y'all next time.